Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. So here we are, food review, I believe it is. As long as this passes for food, it's a food review. If you can eat it, it's a food review. And I think that's what it is. I think. Today we went over to McDonald's. We took the trek over to Mickey D's to review the new-ish, I wouldn't necessarily call it brand spanking new, but it's pretty new. The new-ish grilled Artisan chicken sandwich. A newer item from the menu. One of their newer premium chicken sandwiches. I know they're trying to, redo some of the menu and they're adding new sandwiches all the time. And this is one of the newest additions. Nice bag. I'm loving it. With an artist representation of our meal on the back. Oh, going with the brownish colored napkins. And since this bag is towering over us, we'll just throw it on the floor here. Artisan grilled chicken. Lovin', tender, juicy chicken. Lovin' the taste. Juicy, tender, bold, yours, with a period after each word. Made of 100% chicken breast fillet, seasoned perfectly for flavorful taste. Artisan grilled chicken. I guess they're going with the fancy brown cardboard box to make it look like it was made by an artisan. I don't know. I have to know what they're going for the aesthetic here. Now, if you're not sure, this is official from the McDonald's website, mcdonalds.com, not mcdonalds.org. Mouthwatering grilled savory, success. This is success in a sandwich, as they so claim. They say this is 100% grilled chicken breast, fillet, seasoned to perfection with ingredients like salt, garlic, and parsley, seared in our kitchens, no preservatives added, crispy leaf lettuce, fresh tomato, and a vinaigrette dressing. All atop our delectable artisan roll. So pretty much it's supposed to be the fancy chicken sandwich. In layman's terms. So I hope this is alright. I hope. Give you a little piece of paper to hold it on, I guess. So you got your bun. Almost, I don't know, kind of reminds me of the, what was it? Almost kind of reminds me of the Wendy's brioche bun in a way. Just the way it looks, a little, shine that's to it. Looks like you got your lettuce, your tomatoes, your grilled chicken, and some sauce. First thoughts, we don't need no paper. Just hold it. Not fine. First thoughts, just looking at it, I don't know, it looks like a real skimpy piece of chicken on it, but, it is what it is. So just take a bite. We want to try the chicken and the sauce mostly, so we'll just bite in this part and then maybe focus on the condiments over here later. But, alright. Going in, then I got a little story to tell you. It'll be fun. Going in. Artisan grilled chicken sandwich. Since it's a full-blown sandwich, we'll take a few bites now in this direction where everything is, pretty much. Well, wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. We'll say that. I wasn't vomiting, and that's where my story will come in later. But wasn't vomiting. Wasn't horrible. Now, was it the best? Was it what I would expect from one of McDonald's most famous artisans, working around the clock to make the perfect chicken sandwich? No. No, it is not. They proudly say this was made by an artisan. This is artisan work. This is a masterpiece right here. But it is of not that quality whatsoever. In layman's terms, it's a chicken sandwich. And that's all there is to it. Now let's begin to dissect this, alright? The grilled chicken here is skimpy. It's not a real word for it, but it's thin. You definitely... It could be a bigger piece. It's just a little skinny slab of chicken that they just slapped on. Maybe the artisan was in a hurry, I don't know. But, so the chicken, not much of it. Also, I know they really said, it's seasoned up, the chicken, whatnot. Too much salt on it. The chicken is just very salty. And the salt definitely seeps into the meat, into some of the juices, which the chicken meat is tender and juicy. That is a fact. And they did not lie about that. But at the same time, it is very, very salty. So that can, be a little bit of an iffy little factor there. You can see I've been sipping away at my water there. Likewise, the lettuce and the tomato, it's there. It's, standard lettuce and tomato that you would expect from a Mickey D's, a McDonald's, as they say. And, it kind of traveled to this one corner. I guess it liked that corner of the sandwich, I don't know, but that's where it was just hanging out. So it wasn't any over here, but, you can't really blame anyone for that. It's just how they slapped it together. And the sauce, right? The, as they call it, the vinaigrette dressing, I could not taste. I visually identified it and put it on the bottom, between the bottom bun and the chicken, and I definitely bit into it. It was definitely thorough there, but I couldn't taste it. It was just, from what I could tell, it was watery, and that's it. And vinaigrette, usually that's one thing that you would be able to taste, but it just tasted watery to me, and really nothing more. So chicken, it's an edible sandwich. It certainly is, but just a few small problems just adding up, The sauce is bland. That's one big thing about it. The sauce is bland. The chicken is just a thin little slab of it. There's too much salt on it. And it's just giving it this overall salty flavor. Really, it's just, would you like some chicken with that salt, you could say, right? And overall, just a few small issues just adding up. Just want to try some of the bun here. See if that's any good. Their bun tastes like their standard hamburger bun, which is a little more of a smoother surface, if you're curious about that. Overall, it's an alright sandwich, but as we said, there's just a few little issues here and there that just add up. Again, chicken, smaller, thinner piece, over-seasoned, and especially the dressing, the seasoning, the sauce, right, is just very bland and watery, and you really can't taste it at all. I actually cannot taste it, and it's there, but it's just too watered down, and just nothing I can really taste at all. It is not the work of an artisan, clearly. It's priced as such, but it is not, taste-wise. $5.99 for the sandwich, not worth it. Even just buy $1 $5 sandwich, maybe that's better, but I know it's a premium sandwich, I know it's a new one, I know it's supposed to be made by only the most skilled of artisans, but I don't know. Could be better, my friends. Could be better. So, a little expensive, just not worth it for what it is. Now, it's edible, mind you. It's okay. It's alright to eat, but definitely could be better. So, out of 10, we're going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Just, a little bit below average. I was expecting more for what they claimed it to be. If they didn't, get all up in arms about it and say, pretty much, this is going to be the best chicken sandwich you'll ever eat. I would be maybe a little easier on them, but they even said, this thing's gonna be good, but it wasn't necessarily. It wasn't great. That's why I got the rating. Yes. So that little story I was gonna tell you. I was going to McDonald's, right? In the parking lot on the way out, I see this little kid, right, sitting there on the curb, right outside the store, just vomiting profusely into this bag, this plastic bag. He's holding it up. He's got this clear plastic bag, and you can see this little pool of vomit in the bottom of it. And it's this big pool of vomit in the bottom of this plastic bag, and he's walking over to his mother with the bag, and I just had to laugh. I just thought, well, what? Honestly, what are you gonna do with that thing? I just thought that was kind of funny to see. What a sight to see, right outside the fast food place. This little kid vomiting into this clear plastic bag for the whole world to see, and then holding it up and walking around with it. And I thought to myself, well, if a sight like that doesn't whet your appetite, what does? What does? Not the Artisan grilled chicken, unfortunately. Are we loving the tender, juicy chicken and loving the taste? Not especially. This is Running on Empty Food Review. Today we review the Artisan grilled chicken sandwich from McDonald's. Thank you for watching. Take care. This is the Report of the Week. Have a good day. We will see you later.